How about having the summer league here to get your group ready? You didn't have this last year. You sort of took over midway through. What's it like to get this opportunity to start fresh and get to start to mold these guys right from the start?
Well, it's exciting. This process has been kind of long, not long, but this started April 10th. You know, the season ends, you kind of decompress, and what I hope to do is just build a plan of how we're going to go forward. And I spent a lot of time with John and Gar and Michael and Jerry Reinsdorf about just what the plan would be and what my vision of the team was. And it kind of goes in stages. You know, you kind of get through the season, you review your notes, you review what you think you need to improve upon. We had a lot of different levels that I thought we had to get better. And so we started there, and then it kind of takes care of itself. You have the pre-draft camp. You kind of go in there, and then you have the draft workouts, and then you have the draft, and then you have the free agent, and then you put your summer league team together. And it just kind of plays itself out. And you hope in that time you make good decisions, and you can continue to build it the way that you think it needs to be built.
Coach, one of the things you guys did in season that I thought was really smart was bringing in Otto Porter from Washington. As you know, and I've been there going through rebuilding, it's tough to get marquee free agents to sign with your franchise, especially on a short-term deal. But you traded for Otto. Tell us what you saw from Otto when you traded for him midseason, and what do you expect from him going forward?
Well, I think that's part of this whole summer we don't talk about because we used cap space for him. So that was like adding a free agent in July, but we did it early, and he got to play 15 games with us, which was great. What I see in him is what I said after 5 games with him was he comes in the game and the game calms down. He comes in the game and makes big shots, big plays, gap steals with his length and his intelligence. He just kind of settled us, and we needed that. And the other thing is you can't have enough shooting, and he can shoot the dog out of it. So he's a great addition, but also the leadership standpoint. He's been to the playoffs. He's played in 51 playoff games. He's been a part of a winning program, and we need that veteran experience to help us.
Yeah, and you got another veteran who went to the postseason this past year in Thad Young. You also add Satoransky, Luke Cornett. So how do you feel about what you guys were able to accomplish via free agency?
We set out to add high-character veteran depth. We wanted to improve our shooting. We wanted to improve our playmaking and ball handling, and we wanted to improve our speed and quickness. So we felt like we knocked a lot of those boxes off. To me, you know, you've heard me talk about it, like I want our spirit of the team to be right, and I want guys with character that care about playing for the Bulls, and Bulls across their chest means something. I think that's important. We play for a tough city. We got to be tougher. We got to be more competitive. And I think we got the character guys that can do that and represent us in the right way. So, you know, now it's up to us to put the team together. It's going to be about sharing and sacrifice. It's going to be about playing for each other, which are just sayings, but that's what it needs to be, and we're going to work at that.
Coach, if I look at the young talent on your roster, especially after the addition of Otto Porter, but before the draft, I really like the talent and depth 2 through 5, guys like Zach LaVine, Porter, Lauri Markkanen, and Wendell Carter. But I look at the one and saw that as a question mark. So tell us, going into the draft, what was it you're looking to address as far as adding Coby White, and then what have you seen from Coby since you added him to your team?
Well, we wanted to play faster, and we want to play with better pace. So to do that, you got to have a guy that can push the ball and run. The thing that he does well, and we have a multi-ball handler system in transition. LaVine handles it, Markkanen handles it, and so your one's got to be able to run too and make shots. And Coby can do that. He can run without it, which is, believe it or not, is a skill in our league. If you hang back, well, now you're not in the break, and you're not putting pressure on the defense. So that position was a priority for us. But, Coby can play off the ball, too. Satoransky can play on the ball and play off the ball. I feel that the pieces need to fit. And when I met with John and Gar, we talked about duplicity and redundancy, and that's what the league's coming to. We have more one-year contracts, 2-year contracts. Your systems have to be simpler, and your parts have to be able to be subbed out and subbed in and play the same way. The last couple of years, we haven't played the same way when we've had a sub or an injury. That makes it hard. Can't reinvent the wheel every night in 82 games. So that's what our focus has been, and we feel that, you know, Daniel Gafford brings us athleticism, speed, that vertical spacing you need in our league to make people guard more of the floor. And then, you know, Coby brings us speed and quickness. And then we have those veterans backing him up. And I don't think I can talk about all those veterans just yet because they're not signed, but we're thankful for our crew.
Yeah, and so you bring in Coby, Satoransky as well, perhaps. Where does this leave Chris Dunn? What's his future with you? Where's his?
Well, I love Chris Dunn, and I've said that from day one. He's a competitive, tough guy. We want him to play better. We want him to stay healthy. You know, he's gotten a lot of bad breaks in his career. It almost seems like every time he started playing at a really high level, he breaks the finger. He hurts the knee. You know, he was in terrific shape and when that happened. So we got to keep him healthy. We got to get him playing good basketball. He can play on the ball and off the ball. He can guard 1 through 4. He's tough as nails, and you know, he's a part of our team like all these pieces that's got to learn to play together and play the right way.
You seem like a fun guy to me, okay? You seem like you're a fun, cool guy to me. What do you think about this reputation that people talk and they say, you're a tough guy?
Yeah, well,
because I'm sure you know
they haven't
exists,
played
right?
for us. Yeah, you know, I get the old school guy, I get the tough guy and all that, you know. My job's to push a guy to a place he can't take himself. That's what I get paid to do. And I'm not afraid of the tough conversations, which I think sometimes at this level some people are. Nothing grows without some sun, some shade, or some rain. So once in a while you got to bring some shade down to understand where we're going and what we want. And I love what I'm doing, and I'm thankful to be the head coach of the Bulls. And, you know, we got to get this thing right. Yeah. We got to get it right. And I've never been called a fun guy, but I'll take that.
Well, do you think
like
that I was trying to loosen you up? Do you think that label's fair? The other one, not the fun guy one.
I don't think
the old school.
I mean, I don't think it is. I mean, I want to know when old school became asking guys to play hard, care about the city, and care for each other, and play the right way. I want to know when that flipped and that became old school and not the way it should be. I'd like to know where that happened, because I think it's wrong. And we have terrific guys. We have fun guys, and we battled through a very difficult season, 300 games missed due to injury. We had trades. we had a lot of tough situations. And so we had a coaching change, which is very difficult. And we fought through, and we played good basketball. And there was a moment in February when we were playing as good as anybody in the league, when Otto was healthy and we were healthy, and you know, it was fun. And it gave us a glimpse kind of who we could be.
How do you balance trying to be hard on guys, but also try to keep guys? Because guys, you know, the freedom of movement here, oh, he's too tough on me, I want to run the organization, I'm off and leaving. Where's the balance? How do you do that?
Well, that's where the character comes in of the player. Every great player I've been around know he needs to be coached, know he needs to be held accountable, know he needs to be pushed. And there's a communication that happens between that great player and the coaches. And that comes back to their character, their willingness to be part of what we're doing. A lot of guys want to be part of it if it's good for them. As soon as it's not good for them or it's difficult for them, then, you know what, this isn't a good place anymore. Well, I think that comes back to character. And, you know, we've got some really high character guys on this team, and we're getting more.
Coach, and I think the relationships are so important. As you know, if the players know you care about them, you can push them, you can get on them a little bit more. And speaking of that, I thought I read somewhere that you're going to visit Lauri Markkanen in Finland. So talk about the trip, talk about what you're looking forward to, and continue develop that relationship with Lauri, who I think is one of the best young bigs in the league. Yeah,
so I'm going there on the 15th. I go into Helsinki, and it's my 3rd year going. And I'm also going to see Thomas Satoransky in Prague. I'm going to see Zach in Seattle. So yeah, I mean, this is a relationship business, and you know, I've said from day one, I'm not going to be an absentee father. I'm going to put time into these guys, and they're going to know how I feel, and I'm going to be direct and honest with them, but I'm not going to do it from afar or not being invested. So If you guys want to go with me, let me know. It's pretty fun, man.
I was going to say, I'm jealous. You go a company's time,
fun.
you go to Prague?
Yeah, it's kind of fun to travel on your NBA American Express. It's kind of cool.
It is. I mean, Vegas is one thing. Prague's another thing. I mean, take me over there. Coach, really appreciate you stopping by.
Hey.
Great stuff.